State of Michigan versus Cheyenne Candy Phillips, 2470-166 FH, time and date set for probation violation hearing. Defendant is present, represented by Attorney Elizabeth B. Weisenbach. People are represented by Prosecuting Attorney Timothy J. Rukowski. The court has brief sidebar with counsel regarding the status of the matter. It appears that a plea agreement has been reached relative to probation violation allegations on or about September 10, 2025. And also, we're going to address the defendant's alleged failed to appear on that date for arraignment. Count 1 alleges failing to attend any treatment programming. Count 2 alleges failure to enroll in any mental health treatment. Count 3, failing to enroll in anger management. And finally, count 5, failing to report to the Lapeer Probation Department on September 3, 2025. Ms. Phillips, what are your pleas relative to those counts?
Guilty.
So you failed to do those things?
Yes, Your Honor.
Probation, the court takes judicial notice of the probation order, which indicates those programs were ordered. Is there any explanation as to why you didn't do any of these things?
Yes, Your Honor, and there's a letter that I wrote to you to explain why.
We could read this.
Okay.
But I can ask for a couple of questions with regards to answer your question.
And that's fine, and the court will not read any ex parte letters, so I have no idea what the letter may be.
Oh, no, she's agreed to you.
At the time, right.
Right.
I thought you said she sent one.
No, right here.
She has one there. Okay, all right. So
if I can address your question by asking her a couple.
Sure, go ahead.
Easier? Okay, all right. There was a time when you were in this court and you released rights to your 2 little girls, correct?
Yes.
That was devastating.
Yes.
You went into a black hole, didn't you?
Yes.
You didn't do anything.
No.
None of this stuff.
No.
I think that answers the court's question. We can give more detail.
does that also explain your failure to appear in court?
Yes, Your Honor. I went into the mental hospital.
As stated, the court takes judicial notice of the file and the probationary conditions. Is anyone forcing you into this arrangement, Miss? Anything you'd like to say on behalf of your client before the court imposes a sentence?
Thank you, Your Honor. I have represented Cheyenne Goet and Cheyenne Phillips, and this isn't the first time that she had released rights to children. So it's been a long haul, and it's painful for her. Those 2 little girls, we actually got books so that she could read to them from her jail cell, and she wanted to try really hard to get her girls back. So when she was released from jail from the prior situation, then she went into a shelter in Mount Pleasant to see her there. She would be on track. She went to a shelter in Lapeer. She shifted that around. She felt that was DHS's pushing her, this, that, and the other. So when she was at the Lapeer shelter, she again was trying. Transportation is a problem. Getting a job with a felon is a problem. Just everything is really hard. And it doesn't help when you have mental health issues and possible substance abuse issues and lingering in the background always and forcing himself into the forefront with Brian, her husband, the father of the girls. So all of these things compounded and made it really hard. One thing that she was able to do was to get a home using the resources in the Lapeer County, through the Licata and whatever else that they have. So she did get a home, but then she went into the black hole, and as we just described a little bit to you. So she has been hospitalized, she has had police reports, she has had poor relationship situations. There's a pile. Her sister brought today paperwork that involves some police reports, that involves hospital stay information, things to that effect. I know you can just believe us from us telling you this. So what she needs and what she's asking for at this point is for the rehab. Ms. Alexander talked to her about the TRICAT previously. I talked to her a little bit more about it, and that is the direction that she really wants to go. So this is working out to be the perfect storm for her to get the break that she needs. With that, she does have a letter to explain a little bit more to you.
Ms. Phillips, go ahead.
Honorable Judge Burrow, I am standing before you today on a guilty charge of non-compliance of probation. I am not afraid to admit that yes, I am guilty to these counts. If you can remember correctly, back almost the same time the charge has started, one was around the time that I lost my only things that I had ever showed me what any type of love was, and that none of my children. If you're any type of human, mother, or parent in your right mind, that kind of pain will never go away. Your Honor, I'm sorry, but I lost my little bit of what hope I had left in me of knowing what real love felt like. When I signed my right to operate in front of you, Your Honor, and handed over the paper before you to do what's best for my children, is when something snapped in my brain and everything started spiraling downhill from there. So to cope with my voices in my head of my children, or the flashbacks of my children being with me, I found only thing that I thought at that time would numb me from everything I had feeling for, and that, Your Honor, was methamphetamine. No, Your Honor, I cannot. No, Your Honor, I am not saying that was right of me by any means, but at that time, it was the only way that I was staying sane without committing suicide. By the time I realized I was not okay, I was too deep into it. I went in and out of the hospitals trying to seek help, and all they were doing was sticking me in the psych ward for 5 to 6 days and sending me home with medication that did not numb the pain. So I started the cycle over and over and over again. I finally realize now, after 2 months sober, the pain of losing my children will never go away, and all I can do is accept it and move on from what I can't change, but learn from my consequences. Your Honor, what I did to cope was not a way to do it. I have no real support, and I really never have. If you have any type of feeling in your heart, you would understand the pain I am going through. All I'm asking for today is a little bit of your help and guidance to know how to live substance-free. Could you please take what I ask in consideration and place me in rehab? Thank you, Your Honor, for listening.
You're welcome. Mr. Rakowski, anything you have to repeat? Well, this court has had the opportunity personally, along with court staff and probation agents, to attend this program. And the TRICAT program is a rather in-depth program, not for the weary, so to speak. And there are a lot of parameters and a lot of requirements involved with it. But after review of that program, there are a lot of great things that are available to an individual with substance use disorder. That's one thing. I mean, obviously you have to pay the piper for what happened here. And reviewing the file, not appearing in court, not appearing to your probation agent, it just compounds it, makes it worse and worse. But the court is balancing all that because when you consider the guidelines, you consider the terrible decisions made by the defendant, but the changes that have been happening, there's been some positivity to warrant at one point. And when I consider all that, and I consider the defendant's behaviors since then, but under the circumstances here and the behaviors of the defendant, it will be the sentence of this court that the defendant be committed to the Michigan Corrections Commission, placed in the commission's custody to the low end of the guidelines, 14 months, 5 years credit for 2 days served. The court will also order that you attend and successfully complete the TRICAT program. As I understand it, to be cleared to go to TRICAT. So I'm getting a nod from probation. So once that is all set up and completed, you'll attend the TRICAT program, and the understanding is stay in the program, get the work done. It's going to be a lot of effort on your part, but hopefully we can turn this thing around. But let's see how this goes. If you successfully complete the program, let's say you're there for the program, let's say you stayed 6 months.